Hello there, welcome back to the new lecture. So in this lecture, we have to discuss car parking ventilation part 3. So after the end of this lecture, you would be able to understand the types of fans in ductless system. Then we have to discuss about the sequence of operation. Then we have to discuss the main component of ductless system. After that, I will show you the installation detail of exhaust fan, and then we have to see the placement of jet fan in car parking ventilation system. So let's start.
Now see about ductless ventilation system. Now tell me, what do you understand by ductless car parking ventilation system? So simple. In this system we are not using duct work to supply or to exhaust air from the basement. Here we are using a jet fan. Okay, with the help of that jet fan we are going to extract all the exhaust air from the basement. Okay, so you can see there are different types of fan we are using. So see the types of fan what we are using in ductless system. So first of all we have a jet vent axial fans, or you can say impulse fan. In this image I have shown you the jet vent axial fan. Okay, so here some standard size of fan available. Okay, suppose if you are using, if you need 32 Newton thrust fan, so the diameter of that fan is given 315 mm. And how much area this fan can cover? 32 Newton thrust fan can cover 400 square meter area. Okay, now if you are using this axial fan of 50 Newton thrust, so it will cover how much area? 500 square meter area, and the diameter of that fan is 400 mm. Okay, so this is about jet vent axial fan or impulse fan. Now the another fan is what? Jet vent centrifugal fan or induction fan. You can see in this image here we are in this figure centrifugal fan is shown. Okay, it means you can suck air from this part, from bottom part, and then discharge it through this part. Means suction and discharge line both are perpendicular to each other in centrifugal fan. Okay, and remember this fan generally we are using for if you want to discharge high amount of air flow rate, so you have to use this centrifugal fan. You can see, suppose if you are using 50 Newton thrust fan, centrifugal fan, so one fan can cover how much area? 500 square meter area. And if you have used an 100 Newton thrust fan, so one fan can cover how much area? 1000 square meter area, and the diameter is also given 640 mm. Okay, so generally jet vent centrifugal fan we are using for discharging, for exhausting high amount of airflow. Okay, so this is about the type of fan. Now here one image is there. Here you can see we have installed in each and every floor jet vent axial fan. See, so what happens? Suppose this is a basement, three basement 1 2 3 4 basement is there. Okay, and suppose in case of fire, when smoke will the smoke is there into the basement, and we have to exhaust that smoke. So this jet vent axial fan is start, and see this fan suck that exhaust and supply it to the another jet vent fan. Okay, then this fan extract exhaust the air of, it can cover 400. Suppose if you are using 50 Newton thrust fan, so it can cover 400 or 500 square meter area. So it will just cover that area and discharge that air to another jet vent axial fan. Then finally here we have a open to sky. Okay, one space is there, it is open up to sky level. Here we have installed the exhaust fan. Okay, and here we have a exhaust air lower. This exhaust air will go inside this lower, through this lower, and this exhaust fan will suck that all exhaust air and supply it to the environment. Okay, Then same way, if you want to supply the fresh air, so see, we are supplying fresh air with the help of this duct, open to sky, you can say. Okay, here we have installed the fresh air fan, and this fresh air fan always we have to install into the filter box. Okay, I have already told you. So that air we have taken from outside air, and that will suck from this fan, and forcefully we are supplying that fresh air to each and every basement. Okay, why we are supplying this fresh air? To maintain the indoor air quality, or to what? To maintain the oxygen level in the basement. Okay, with the help of fresh air lower. In this way we have to install all this system. Now here you can see the plan view of ductless system. This is our exhaust supply air fan. Here we have an exhaust air fan. VSD is also there, variable speed drive. VSD is what is the function of VSD? Or VSD or VFD, both are similar. So variable speed drive, it is used to regulate the speed of a fan. Okay, so here we have a exhaust fan, and here we have a supply air fan, means fresh air fan to supply the air into the basement, and exhaust air we are using this fan to exhaust the air from the basement. Okay, and see, here we have installed the axial fan, or whatever, if you are using centrifugal fan. So see, some distance we have maintained from fan to fan. How much? Somewhere we have using 30-meter distance. Okay, and you can see here we have installed the CO. CO is what? Carbon sensor. So why we are installing this CO, carbon monoxide or carbon sensor? It is used to sense the carbon in the area up to some level. If the level exceed, it will give a command to a jet fan to open. Okay, then you can see here we have a fan. Okay, so in this way we have to use this. And remember, for selecting position and angle of fan, we have to submit a report to CFD people. Okay, CFD means what? Computational fluid dynamics. So suppose, okay, we have installed the fan, but what is the position and angle of that fan? So remember, for selecting position and angle of fans, we have to submit a report to CFD people. They will do their work and hand over us the graph, okay, which shows the position and angle of a fan. And for this process, 1 week is compulsory. Okay, so in this way this ductlet system work. Now see the sequence of operation. Here in first column, ppm of carbon monoxide, part per million of carbon monoxide is given, and then exhaust air fan, fresh air fan, jet fan, all this parameter is given. Suppose if your carbon monoxide is less than 15 ppm in the basement, suppose, so exhaust air fan will run with how much speed? 50% speed they will run. Okay, fresh air fan also we have to run with 50% speed, because this is the normal mode na? So both fan are run 50%. But in that case, jet fan, we don't need to run the jet fan. Okay, they can cover that. Fresh air fan and exhaust air fan can exhaust the that much amount of air from the basement. But if your carbon monoxide level in the basement is between 15 to 30 ppm, so on that time fresh air fan is running with 50% speed, or exhaust air fan also running with 50% speed. Here if your level of carbon monoxide is between 15 to 30, then we have to run the jet fan also with low speed. Okay, and who will just you can say, who will control the speed of this all fan? We have a VFD, okay, variable frequency drive, and we are using VFD for what purpose? To regulate the speed of a fan. You can use it. Okay, so we have to run jet fan with low speed. Suppose if your carbon monoxide level in the basement is more than 30 ppm, so on that time exhaust air fan will run with 100% speed, and fresh air fan is also running with 100% speed, And jet fan we have to run with low speed, it can cover it, it can exhaust it easily. But if it is a fire mode, if there is a fire in your basement, so on that time we have to run the exhaust air fan with 100% speed. But remember, here we do not use the fresh air fan. Fresh air fan will not running, will be off, okay, because in case of fire we do not need to supply fresh air into the basement. Okay, if you supply the fresh air, it means you are supplying oxygen into the basement. So we know that for fire we need three parameter: oxygen, heat and fuel. If you provide the oxygen, it means your fire increase. Okay, so that is why we don't need to supply the fresh air in that case, fire mode. Okay, and jet fan we have to run with high speed on that time. Okay, so this is about the sequence of operation of car parking ventilation system. Now here you can see the main components of ductless system. What are that? First of all, we have an axial fan, then we have a jet fan, and we have a different types of jet fan. I have told you axial jet fan, and sometime we have to install the centrifugal jet fan. So it is based on that how much amount of air you have to exhaust from the basement. Okay, if it is a high capacity of air we have to exhaust from the basement, so you have to prefer centrifugal fan on that time. Otherwise axial fan, axial jet fan can cover that. Okay, then we have a sensor, carbon sensor. Why we are using it? Is used to sense the carbon in the area up to some level. Okay, if the level exceed, it will give a command to a jet fan to open. Okay, that is why we have to install the sensor also. Now here we have a control panel. Okay, then communication cabling, and finally CFD analysis. CFD stands for computational fluid dynamics. And why we are doing the CFD analysis? Remember, for selecting position and angle of fan, we have to submit a report to CFD people. They will do their work and hand over us the graph which shows the position and angle of a fan. And for this process they need 1 week. Okay, 1 week is compulsory. So this is all about this component of ductless system. Now the next topic is installation detail of exhaust fan. So you can see here one image is there for installation of exhaust fan. See how this fan is installed here, what distance we have to maintain from finished floor level to this installation of this fan. Okay, how, see how we can hang this exhaust fan. So for that, here we have one image. You can see this is our basement 1 and basement 2. Okay, and we have installed this exhaust fan here. Okay, see what distance we have to maintain. This is a section view of exhaust fan. Okay, see 1.2 meter distance we have to maintain from this wall up to here. Okay, then see we have to hang this exhaust fan, and minimum, see what distance we have to maintain from finished floor level to this fan, 543 mm. And you can see here we have a different component inside this fan. This is our fan. Okay, now here we have a motorized damper. Why we are using this damper? To regulate the speed of our fan. Okay, then after that we have a backdraft damper. So this backdraft damper, the function of this backdraft dampers, this damper allow air to efficiently flow through exhaust duct to the outside, and this damper prevent the unwanted flow of air into a basement when the exhaust fans are off. Okay, that is why we have installed the backdraft damper here. After backdraft damper, see we have installed here FD, fire damper. So this damper prevent the spread of fire, which helps to stop a fire from spreading. Okay, that is why we have to install the fire damper here. Okay, so this is the installation detail of exhaust fan. Now here one more image is there. This is the front view of exhaust fan. See how it's look. all detail is given. See, from wall to this fan, how much distance we have to maintain, at what height we have to install this fan from finished floor level, 440 mm. Then see, hanger detail is also given. Okay. Now see the placement of jet fan, how you can place this jet fan. So suppose here this is my axial jet fan. Okay, so a common size axial jet fan creates 25 Newton thrust. Okay, a common size can creates 25 Newton thrust. So we know that 25 Newton thrust jet fan could cover around 300 square meter area. Okay, if you have selected a 25 Newton thrust jet fan, so remember that 25 Newton thrust jet fan can cover how much area? 300 square meter area. Okay, and if you have selected 32 Newton thrust jet fan, so that fan can cover around 400 square meter area. Remember all this point. Okay, this is very important during the placement of jet fan. Now if you have selected 50 Newton thrust jet fan, so they could cover around 500 square meter area. One jet fan can cover 500 square meter area. Now the distance between two jet fan, how much we have to maintain? 25 meter. Okay, from one jet fan to second jet fan, how much distance we have to maintain? 25 Newton. Okay, now see here, take one example. Suppose here I have a basement. Length of basement is given 100 meter and width is 60 meter. And here I want to show you that how many number of jet fan we need in this basement. So first of all we have to calculate the area of this basement. So basement area is how much? 100 into 60, 6000 square meter. Okay, now suppose I have selected 25 Newton thrust jet fan. Okay, and we know that 21 one fan 25 Newton thrust jet fan can cover how much area? 300 square meter area. One fan can cover 300 square meter area, and total area of basement is 6000 square meter. So suppose here I have selected 25 Newton thrust jet fan, and this fan can cover 300 square meter area. Now how many number of jet fan we need in this 6000 square meter area? So we have to divide first of all. Okay, you can see 6000 divided by 300 square meter. 20 nose jet fan will install. So in this area how many number of jet fan we have to install? 20 number of jet fan. Now okay, 20 number of jet fan we need. So suppose here I have done, see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 10 20. Okay, you have to install in horizontal, 5 in row and 4 fan in column. It means it can throw 20 meter here and it can cover 15 meter here in this vertical direction, one fan. Okay, so see how we can install it. In this way we have to install the jet fan. Okay, and what distance we have to maintain from one fan to second fan? 25 meter. Okay, based on your thrust, means how many Newton of thrust you have selected. If you have selected 32 Newton thrust fans, they can cover 400 square meter area. If you have selected 50 Newton thrust fan, they can cover 500 square meter area. Okay, so this is about the placement of jet fan. Now here I have taken one manufacturer catalog for jet fan. See, this is our catalog. You can see here in first column fan size is given. Okay, then airflow in CFM or in bracket meter cube per hour, then thrust, throw, power, motor size, motor speed or noise level is also given. Okay, now see how can you get the all detail. Suppose if you have selected, I have told you, suppose if you have selected your total, you have calculated that how much amount of air we have to exhaust from the basement. How we can get that air? We have a formula: exhaust air CFM is equal to volume of space in meter cube into ACS divided by 1.7. Okay, with the help of this formula you will get the exhaust air CFM. Once you will get the exhaust air flow rate or exhaust air CFM. So you can see here in second column, here exhaust air CFM is given 2640, 2250 CFM, 4070 CFM. Based on this CFM value, you will get the fan size, how many Newton of thrust you have to maintain. Here you will get the detail of that. Okay, then that fan, how much throw that fan, so it is also given in feet and in meter also. See, throw of that fan. Suppose your flow rate you have calculated and you get around 2500 CFM, so we have to follow this first row. So for that, see, fan size is given and thrust how much, 24.9, it means around 25 Newton thrust fan we have to select. Okay, then this fan can throw how much long, 25.9 meter it can throw the air. Okay, then power 0.94 kilowatt or 1.26 bhp. Motor size is also given 1.5 hp. Motor speed, and see, 71 at the rate of 550. Noise level is also given here. See, the section view of jet fan is given. Okay, junction box, silencer we are using to reduce the noise level. Okay, then here we have installed the fan. So based on your airflow rate, you will get the fan size, thrust, flow, power, motor size as per manufacturer catalog. Okay, here I have taken one of the catalog here for jet fan. So based on your that which manufacturer you are following, on based on that manufacturer you will get the catalog and you can select your fan. Okay, now the topics which we have covered in this session. First, we have learned about types of fan used in ductless system, then about sequence of operation, then we have learned about the main components of ductless system, then the installation detail of exhaust fan, that how much distance we have to maintain from finished floor level to fan, all this installation detail we have learned. Then how we can place the jet fan. Okay, the placement of jet fan. So this is all about car parking ventilation system. I hope all of you enjoy the session. See you in next one.